Hi, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Ken. Let's get this party started right now. All right, guys, so here we go. Let's take a quick look at some of the NDCs right now. The market in crude oil is basing with a captain set up long that started during the Globex session and in and around Globex. So that has to hold in order for the price to kind of continue to exhibit some strength. If we can get one candle reversal above 95.33, that will set us up for a base to take us to target number one and potentially start breaking up, which is 96.57, and start breaking up into target number two and beyond, but that level needs to hold. Uh, Moving on to Russell, hitting target number one overnight, basing swing trade indicator showing us targets at 1914, and pullbacks are buyable against two levels. One of them is Globex at 1886, and 1882 is the entry point for the swing trade. So that all that structure needs to hold in order for us to participate. Gold. Gold took a little bit of heat yesterday uh, and broke the harmony wave and started to generate one on the downside. Uh, this market is in consolidation right now. As long as we continue to hold on to Globex, which is 1777.3, then the market can start to reverse that sell pattern. But definitely looking for the market to do a couple of things, either go to 95 or break below 771. Anything in between is something I'm going to be patient and just wait on and not get involved in putting any trades. But I need that expansion either above or below for me to make a decision on the next rotation of this market. All right, and here we are looking at ES. ES is in consolidation. We have a swing trade indicator telling us to go short, but really, truly, anything that is short needs to be below 102 and also 96. If we break that level, then that will set us up for attack toward 4080.5, and then you could see lower prices. But all what we're seeing right now is a pause from that major move upward that we experienced. So really, you're we're looking to see if we can test 41.33 and a quarter and hold on to this Globex price action of 40.96. If that happens, then I'm inclined to take pullbacks as a buying opportunity. And you're going to see that in NASDAQ as well. Same thing pretty much is happening. We experienced a bit of selling pressure yesterday. Ultimately, we established channel one, channel number two, and the market broke above it and came back into it and consolidated with a bit of selling pressure. Right now, we're bouncing right back. So truly, we made a base here, and we're testing that base one more time. And Globex is 12,921. Pullbacks to 955 is buyable, as long as we continue to hold on to Globex at the open in the next half an hour or so. We're about 7 minutes away from the cash market open. If that stability continues throughout the morning, we're going to be looking for target number one, which is 13,097, and then from there is target number two, which is 13,239. So that could be an extension. I mean, a lot of people are. I mean, a lot of traders are looking at this and saying the market is due for a reversal, and we saw some pockets of selling pressure. I mean, yesterday, pretty much all the trading that I've done was on the short side against that breakout into the high of this 81st, and then the market got faded. So we may be getting a two-sided market in this environment, and a consolidation patterns, and a pause from that major move that we had to the upside that we had. Right now, the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side, and we do have a swing trade indicator telling us to look for targets on the upside. Um, we just need to see how this morning will set up and start taking on trades. So let's get ready here. We have about 5 minutes to the cash market open. Let's see. Here we go. We're generating 8383. We have no trades done so far. So we're going to start off flat for the day. All right, guys, good luck. And let's get this show on the road. On what? On NASDAQ, Adam? On NASDAQ, it's right here. It's right here. 12,921. What does it? What does it show? It. What does it show the price? Good morning, Radic. Good luck to you. Good luck to you as well, buddy. Yeah, I'll look into that. But yeah, I will look into that later on. All right, here we go. Yeah, good morning, Kieran. Good morning. How are you? All right, so what we're seeing here is still a bit of strength coming in and around the 13,000. We'll definitely need to be waiting and watching this market and seeing how the first 15 minutes of the day is faring out. Good morning, Safe. How are you? All right. So we're getting an extension of the longs right now. Good morning, Samuel. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of that extension. 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side, and we're hitting targets. Right now, we just hit target number 3 on the sequence. Target number 4 is going to be a bit of an aggressive target, which is 13,107. So pullbacks are buyable. We need to protect 971. 971 is a very critical level. We need to protect that. We hit target number 3 to the tick, and where they're fading here a little bit. So two numbers, 13,008 and a quarter, and 12,971. Those are the two levels longs need to protect. All right, guys. So I mean, we're getting an extension of this price action. We are at the top end of that range, and we're about to hit target number one at 13 at 97. So they're protecting the low backs. They're protecting the entry point for the swing trade. They're hitting target number one. That's just a lot of bullish behavior that's the market is showing right now. Good morning, Brad. How are you? Those pullbacks are viable. Um, we had some momentum here off this very tight consolidation, and market broke up, giving us get ready and go on this momentum, and now we're disconnecting again. Hey, Mark. Good morning, Mark. Good morning. No trades for me so far. I'm waiting for that first half an hour, and I'm making 5 assumptions about price action, and I want to make sure that I'm in sync with what the market is doing before I put on any trades. Okay, so we have at the top of the hour, today's Wednesday, right? Yep. 9 o'clock, top of the hour, ISM services PMI coming up. Plus, we got crude oil inventory report, and they're expecting negative 1.4 million barrels. Now, if we close below that 65, that will set up captain set up short on the 50 NT wrinkle. So I need to be conscious of that. Maybe give us an opportunity to fade against that high. Good morning, Adnan. How are you? Yeah, we're getting there very quickly. Yeah, look at that. See how we got so close to it, and we just did not close below that 65. So they picked off a little bit of buying interest at that. We'll see if it gets back in there. If we break 65, then 50 and potentially 30 can be a level. I'm just gonna get in here, and I will add to it at 74, and I want to see how we handle the 50 if we get there. And it's gonna be a scalp because I'm counter trending here. I'll take a quick scalp right here, and I'll see if I can get short again. All right, oof. There you go. That's the selling. Target number 3 is hit. So I took target number 2 out of this sequence, right? Okay, just to get us up and going for the day. So what got me interested in getting short successfully is this captain set up short on the 50 NT wrinkle. After this extended price action, you had a captain set up short on the 20, then you got a captain set up short on the 50. The market continued to hit these levels and making lower highs. So once we broke into 65, then that rotation had a future of continuing at least toward the 50 and 40. But I couldn't stick around for too long because we're early in the morning, and the market is strong on the upside overall. But I recognize that pocket of selling interest that was coming in. Now, if we break down again um, to 46, if we break down to 46, that will put on a captain setup switch trade short on the 50 NT wrinkle. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but if it does, then I will take another trade short. All right, let's see here what else we are doing. So that decision just gave us $100, $105. Well, no, actually $120 after commission. And let's just keep working. So a couple of things for the longs, you need to get the market back in sync. To do that, you got to go back up to the 85. Here we're going. We did. So we took advantage of that small pocket of sell interest and got in, got out, and now the market has the capacity to extend itself and break out. Don't necessarily want to be the buyer here or the person that will short here. It's 850, and we're coming up on that PMI. Is it PMI? ISM services PMI, correct? So I want to be patient in that inform during that. You still long, Blair? No, no. You still long? I got short. I got short right here at. It was a scalp short on 50 NT Rinko Captain setup short. We got short right here, covered for $120. But the market is definitely back in sync on the long side. And we're running into the 9 o'clock ISM number. And good morning, by the way. How are you? Now let's assume a scenario here, um, a scenario of price action closing at 47. If we close at 47, then that will set us up for a captain setup short on the 100 NT Ringo. That will be significant. That will be a significant event. So right now, I'm waiting for the ISM numbers to come. I'm not gonna put any trades on. However, if the market closes below 47, then that's gonna complete a captain setup short on the 100 NT wrinkle. That's bearish. Rallies can be shortable in that, and I may take a shot at it even if the numbers did not come up yet. But I'm gonna start small with one contract. Yeah, look at him right here. That's a bullish behavior that they're exhibiting. So the 47 is far away from where we at. We're gonna leave it alone and just watch the market. We have plenty of time. We took one trade, profitable trade. Just we'll build on it. Captain set up switch trade on the 20 NT Rinko. Yeah, they're gonna take it to that 97. It looks like. Good morning, Yanis. How are you? Good morning, Sheila. How are you? Here comes that 97 and a breakout. So let's take a look at that trade right here. So we saw that captain setup. We understood that that captain setup was counter trend, and we needed to scalp if we get into the 50 and the 40 area. And we took it right at the 65 zone, and we made a little bit of money off of it and left it. Now, see what happens if you get a captain setup that is consistent with the trend and everything else that's going on, meaning the cloud is positive, you have a harmony wave, um, you know, the 200 and the 100 are in sync, and then you get a captain setup long, then you're getting a massive move in that direction. So you got to treat these captain setups a bit differently. Uh, if they're a counter trend versus within a trend, they're consistent with a trend. But that's why I got in, and this is why I got out. And we made a little bit, and you're getting a breakout. ES, consistent with what you're seeing with NQ, and actually is a bit weaker. We're breaking out in NQ, and in ES is lagging behind a little bit. Target number three is hit on that rotation, which is 120.75 on the 20 NT Rinko. Target number four is going to be 180. That's an aggressive target, but they're pushing. We can't argue with the market. We just have to follow what the market is doing. I mean, there was a beautiful captain setup switch trade right here. I elected to leave it alone because we're coming up on that ISM number. I don't know if Yanis you took it or not, but that's kind of up your alley. You didn't get an entry, okay? Okay, I get it. I understand. All right, 1 minute, 1 minute to the ISM numbers. All right, so I mean the numbers came out and they're basing the price action right now. You got two captain setup longs that the market is reacting to. So we're gonna watch those. They're gonna be critical for the rest of the day. So the market is liking what it's seeing. Market is liking the long side. The 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side. You got two captain setups right here that are held the price. So you had three of them actually. One captain setup switch trade. Then you got another captain setup and another one right here. So you got three of them all consistent with the long. Getting a breakout. We cannot argue with this market. If it wants to go up, it's going to go up. So here we go on a daily basis. I mean, the market has shifted its personality, and we moved away from this downward momentum that we were experiencing into a wave of buying interest. And we came here, gave us an inception trade with that one candle reversal, hit target number one, and now we're defending target number one in a meaningful way. Now the next target on a swing trade, multi-day, multi-week basis is 13,836.5. That's what the market is heading toward. Granted that we continue to hold on to this flag, bullish flag that the market put on, and ultimately the entry point and also 12,470. So on a swing trade basis, this market is firming up, made a bottom, tested it multiple times, and shifted. Wow, I mean, look at that. It's just very solid. Absolutely, Adna. Absolutely. That is, if you're gonna be trading on a daily, intraday basis and daily basis, really, it's not the news, it's the how people are perceiving the news. So to me, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter to me what the ISM number comes in at. If I got a long signal, I'm gonna take it. If I got a short signal, I'm gonna take it. Just simple as that. Make it simple. Trade what's right in front of you. Don't develop an opinion. Just listen to the market. The market tells you exactly what to do. Yeah, yes, Richard. I'm just stepped away for a second. Good morning. So, I mean, what we're seeing here is just an expansion phase of this market, kind of early on, and the market is consistent on the long side with the 200 NT Rinko and the 100 are in sync and in harmony. And we had multiple rotations where the market just simply did this. Captain setup switch trade ran up, captain setup long, all the way into these higher prices of 170. I just can't buy up here. Just any trades I will do up here is going to be purely scalping by nature. In order for me to go short and fade, the market needs to come down to 97, 13,097. It's a big reversal if that happens, but that will trigger me to start going uh, short fading, and it would be a bit of a scalp first. Then if it proves itself, then yeah, I may participate and add volume. But so this is where we at. We had one decision so far. On that one short, we made 120 and waiting on the next decision. Okay, so what are we seeing here? A couple of things. In ES, the market put a captain setup and failed it. You have a 100 NT wrinkle reversal with this move that the market just did. So now they're pausing. There's a bit of a pause going on right now. Now, is that I need to see more from the market before I start going short. Again, like I was mentioning earlier, we need to see that 96 break. If we do, then I would have more of a legitimate reason to start fading this behavior. Right now, any opportunity that I see right now in this range are more of a scalping opportunity. The longs are taking a break, but they will reassert themselves in a couple of ways. The first way is if they break 170 is 170 again, like right now within this current candle. I mean, the probability of that happening is somewhat low. The odds are we're going to continue to drip a little bit lower here. The market can push lower toward the harmony wave and then pick up a bid as long as and reverse. And on that reversal, we can start going uh, long on a continuation basis. But they cannot break that 96. Okay. So we're in this middle of the range type of, not middle of the range, but middle of the price action. And we're just waiting on two scenarios. We hit the wave, the harmony wave. Now the key is for the longs to break above 145. If they do that, then that would give us a reason to start looking for dips as a buying opportunity. If we break the 96, which the market is seems to be wanting to do it, then that will set me up for uh, rallies as a fading opportunity. So that's what we're looking for. Yeah, that's a good one, Mark. Uh, yeah, take your money and run. Good job. The good part about the market today is the fact that we are expanding outside the Globex band, and typically you'll see momentum happen outside those bands. So look at them; they're putting a captain setup short right here on the 20 NT Rinko. So the expectation is to see 15 and 10, and then break down to that 96. So let's see if that market is going to do that. So here it comes. We hit the 15, and now we're about to hit the 10 off that captain setup short. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you following, and just keep coming and like, subscribe, comment, and let us know how we're doing. It's interesting here. If we close at that 13, I'll take a scalp short. All right, here we go. Gonna flatten that trade. Yeah. All right. And I'll wait for it to close that 96, and I'll try again. Good job, Samuel. It's captain setup switch trade. I mean, that's just weak market here. We're gonna see how they're retesting it, and then we'll go from there. I needed a bit more conviction from the market once we got to this 105. And when I didn't get it, I just went break even plus and got out. So we are in channel number one on the short side, and we're expecting 96 to show up. And once it does that, I want to see a rally that will get me back in on the short side. Right now, all what we're getting is a market that is out of sync between the 200 and the 100. And for whatever reason, I'm very quick today with getting out, even when the market is in my favor. You're up $356 in your personal account. Good job, Samuel. Good job. If we get a captain set up short right here, I'm going to go short. And then getting stubborn with it. We need to see 96. I mean, that's just the bottom line right here. I'll leave those two contracts and see if I can get something big going on here. Once we get to 96, oh yeah, baby, make me some money, make me some money. And boom, I took one right here. And now we're gonna leave this one as a floater. And let's see if I can, I will see if I can hold on. I gotta hold on. I gotta hold on for dear life here. I gotta hold on for dear life. And the 200 is in sync with the 100, and we are short. They put a captain set up long on the 50 into Rinko and failed it. So there's a lot of reasons for me to actually hold on to this trade and see if I can make a 30-point push from 96 to the 70s and the 60s. Target number 2 is 77. They're trying to protect it. Target number 3 is 55 half. I'll be surprised if we get there, but we can get there. But that's going to require me sitting through some bullshit. Yeah, let's see if I can hold on to it. I'm gonna go break even, obviously, at this point, couple of points, and just kind of leave it alone. It's either gonna g- become something bigger, or it's gonna come back and stop me for break even, plus a little bit of juice, and I made money off this trade overall. So we'll see. We'll see. Let the market pays me. Let him pay me. Yeah, Adam, I'm hoping. And here we're, on ES. Here we go. See that ES move right there? That's gonna help me out a little bit. Target number two is about to hit. Nice little flush in ES. ES hit target number two. So target number three will get me to my target number three on NQ. Come on, baby. Pay me. Pay me, pay me, pay me. And here we need to be very, very careful. Yes, come on. I'm out. I'm out. Why? Why am I out? Because a couple of reasons. One of them, we're hitting the harmony wave to the upside right here, and it's just the perfect spot for them to start picking up a counter trend, or basically, it's actually uh, this is where they will start basing for a continuation of the existing trend. So right now, I'm like, all right, and see how they paused it there. It's like, all right, we got very close to target number three, and they paused it. So I had a couple of options: either be very close with it, or let follow the harmony wave on the 20 NT Renko, and that would have got me out at 84. Now look how beautiful that is, right? Now let's see how much money we made off of that trade. So that last contract we made 1,200 bucks on that one. So we're total for the day, uh, 2 grand on that decision, on those two decisions that we did. We had that first initial decision, then we got into that short rotation and exited. Let's keep working. Let's keep playing. See how tricky that is, though. I mean, how they just made it look like it's about to collapse, and just bounced it. Nasty stuff. You gotta go. You gotta be one step ahead of these people. Be one step ahead. So that now the market is out of sync, right? So the 200 and 100 not in sync, and we had the pause. And two things got to happen here. If the shorts want to reassert themselves, then you have to have a break. You have to have a break below 69. Yeah, 69. So they got to break that 69 deal. So they break the 69, then we're good. The shorts can reassert themselves. That means that they're going to start digging into the harmony wave, uh, and start digging between that level, which is 60 and 13,000. Yeah, good job, Adnan. Yeah. If anything, while this was happening, I needed to be adding to this trade. So I got to do better on that one. But so all right, so they're coming back in. Market is out of sync right now. We're gonna wait for it to get in sync, in harmony. Yes, Kieran, you always got to be one step ahead of these guys. How are we gonna beat them out of their money if you're not? You got to see it coming. ES really helped us out on this one as well. That flush in ES, good call, Adam. Because my eyes were not necessarily were on ES, and you said right here, I just wait. This thing's about to go. Good call. Hey Ken, how are we doing? Well, that was a good exit. That's 65. Now look at them fading it. Well, I mean, it's really not fading it. The fade was the short because we're fading a major move to the upside. I mean, there was a pocket. We saw the pocket. We saw the captain set up switch trade. We saw the other captain set up. They reversed it on me on that one, but we had multiple levels in which I can massage that. basically work through the trade, and I knew where my stop is at, and I started basically working through that trade. I think some of it ended up being maybe 60-point profit. Okay. Yeah, and Kiran, yeah, it looks like they're trying to reassert themselves on the long side. And 146 is going to be a critical level. If we break the 146, then the 200 and the 100 is going to be in sync. Sheila, how are we doing? Yanis, Richard, everybody. Any trades? How are we doing? So that we keep coming very close to that 146. So ES, they're stair stepping it right now to the upside. Ultimately, you got to break that 4130. Pullbacks are buyable in this mode against that 4122. So rather see a pullback and then a reversal, but it just seems like we're teetering on the edge here. If we break above that 46 in NQ, then we're going to see a punch back up. And also, if we break anything above 4130 on ES, then the price action will speed up to the upside. In ES right now, we need to see like a one candle reversal. So that will trigger a switch trade to target number two. Then we could start looking at target number three and beyond. Okay, so here we go. We got the 46. We got the switch trade on ES. So the expectation is to see a push into the 160 and a push into 130.75 in ES. And then we can start working on target number three, which is 135. Here it comes. The expectation here is to see momentum. I mean, we see a little bit of momentum in ES, but a couple of things that I'm noticing here. They're about to put a captain stop short on the 30 NT wrinkle, which means any break below that 144 is going to trigger a bit of a pullback into the 34, 130. It's right here is it's a bit of a tired behavior versus the big momentum speed that we're kind of looking for. So here we go. We got a captain set up short on the 30 NT wrinkle, and the price action probably is going to start to challenge the 34 and the 30 here in a second. Here you go, that 34, 35. I'm not going to go short into that. You got a 200 and 100 that's in sync. I'm just going to leave the market alone and let it build a base. It just seems it's just what's the expectation here? And what do we see? The expectation is to see momentum on the upside. And what we're seeing is tiredness. You see that 130 just showed up? So what do I want to do with that information? I just want to simply give the market a little bit of room, a little bit of time, let it base, let it flush people out, let them play all the games that they usually play around here. And we'll come in there when they're good and ready, when I'm good and ready. But that captain setup, let me show you what I was looking at. Here you go. 30 NT wrinkle, captain setup short right there at the 44 into the 30. And then all of that was kind of expected. All right. Okay. So they did the push to the toward the 30, came back and give us a switch trade right here at 151, and now you're at 65, and a potential breakout above that 175. So things for they're recouping from that pause into that run up. Target number 4 is 207. The interesting part, once we got to this point here and I recognized that I was getting excited about the short, I was like, man, you you gotta be careful, very careful here. And ended up kind of pocketing the money just perfectly. So the market reversed the 200 into Rinko at 146. And boom, now we're getting an expansion, 146, yep. So it paused, consolidated, gave us a switch trade, and off you go toward 207. Man. So that whole rotation here, which we made good amount of money because we recognized what the market was doing in that moment. So target number 2 is hit here. We're looking for target number 4 on the 20 into Rinko. That switch trade was good, Yanis. That switch trade, which one are you talking about? Like this one was just spot on. Yeah, I mean, sharpness. You can't you gotta take him and just see what happened afterwards. But it's I think if you second guess every signal due to one thing or another, it's gonna keep you away from very profitable trades. You just have to recognize what a good signal looks like. You just jump in, and whatever happens is gonna happen. Yeah, and sometimes they don't. But guess what happens? If that one doesn't work, that means it's a captain set up short. Then that will give you an opportunity to maybe reverse the trade. So multiple waves on the upside. The market made a bottom with this rotation toward the harmony wave, reversed, closed at 45, 46, consolidated a bit. They put in a captain setup short on the 30 into Rinko at the 44, 45 toward the 30. We recognize that as a pause. They reversed it with a switch trade long right here and took it home. Yeah. Okay. So, Ken. So this is exactly an example of a switch trade where the market makes a minimum of 2 to 3 candles up, has one candle reversal, then a very quick reversal of that with a one candle up. So now you have up, down, up in that rotation. That is a captain setup. Switch trade long. Putting a captain setup short right here, so we're expecting a bit of back and fill to 160. That's correct, Ken. It's a reversion to the mean type of behavior that you're seeing. When the market just expands like this, then it typically goes back to the middle of the range. They're about to put captain setup switch trade here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Good job, Safe. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good captain setup short up there as a counter trend, and just basically use it as a scalping trade because it's counter trend, and any entry right here in around 77 has a stop of 85. So you're really like almost um, risking about 5 points for the potential of taking 10, 15, 20 points. and they keep grinding it higher here, so ever slowly, and they're putting on uh, basically sell formations, and they're grinding the market higher against it. So that tells me that is a trapping behavior. But what will get me to, for example, to say I'm ready for a short, right? I would need to see the market close from this point that we are at right now. Unless, like for example, the 50 NT wrinkle gives me a short signal, like a captain set up short or something similar to it. I would look for the 200 NT wrinkle to close at 95. So it has to kind of retrace all that behavior back to 95 in order for me to be involved in an aggressive way on the short side, similar to what we've done in that trade, in that decision. So, absence of that, really, the market is showing us an expansion away from the Globex bands. We're showing a retest of the Harmony wave and a boss and a breakout that is struggling a little bit, but not enough for me to commit aggressively to a short signal. I don't have a short signal to begin with. So pullbacks are buyable, but at these high levels, it's more of a scalp than actually a swing trade. We're looking for target number four, 207 and a quarter. Target number five is 246 and a half. Target number six is 305. I mean, those are aggressive targets up there. How did you do, Kieran? Here you go, another rotation here with a switch trade, uh, Ken. So you're looking at close to. We're coming into a whole number, so I wouldn't be excited to kind of get involved here. But there's an extension of price action. There's a grinding behavior and a trapping behavior that the market is doing. So the longs are, obviously and clearly in charge. Yes, Ken, and also the data difference sometimes has an impact on that. Make sure that you have, when it comes to your 22 and the 20 into Rinko, that you have, let me see here, 5 days loaded. Now we hit target number four, broke the 210. Target number five in this sequence is 246 and a half. And we're coming to a zone where fading is, or counter trending typically takes hold. And the way it usually works, you get an expansion between target number four and five, then you're getting a lower high. So the market runs up, then comes back, runs back again, and fails to make another high. Then the whole structure start to change, and the cloud shifts. If we see that, then there would be room for a counter trend um trade if the trader chooses to take it. But we are coming into zones in which that can be a possibility. Now in Bitcoin, the market has established a captain setup long with a decent looking wick here. So the target on that one is going to be target number one, 23,544, and target number two will be 24,000. So this is where the market is kind of establishing itself in Bitcoin, and we do have a stop on that rotation below the captain setup, and that would be 23,208. So that's what the market is doing in that department. take a look elsewhere. Okay. Inventory report came in. They didn't like it, and we broke that captain set up long in that rotation and continued to broke that 93.94 level, and that was an issue. So now short rotations are back online in crude oil. Rallies are shortable against that Globex 93.83 and the entry of this rotation, which is 94.43. That's what we're seeing in that one. Russell 2000 is going to be looking. The difference between what we're seeing in for example, NASDAQ versus Russell. Russell is weaker than NASDAQ right now, but we're coming into a breakout. That level is going to be 1903. 1886 is Globex, and we held that nicely, and we're expanding. We established a harmony wave, and now any break above 1903 is going to get us to target number 2 and 1914.6. 1930.7 is target number 3. Gold, struggling here. Struggling. We're breaking below Globex, and now rallies are shortable. We have channel number 1 established on the short side right now, and channel and target number 2 is 1756.5. We needed to hold on to Globex in order for us to experience a bit of consolidation and basing to break out again, and the market simply just did not do that. And let's take a look here. We're drawing the channel. That's the channel number 1. And now the target again is 1756.5. The longs, and in the next 48 hours, they need to break 1790. If they fail to do that, then pressure will start taking control in gold. ES, it's the same thing as NQ. I mean, it's just long and strong, and it's breaking. You have targets up there. Target number 2 is 41.76, and it's not going to be. It's just one of those things that I will be looking for failure patterns. So especially throughout the day today, if the market runs up and then you have a full complete reversal on the 50 NT Rinko and ES, that can be a fading behavior that will pull back the price to the middle of the range. So it's not like the shorts don't have any resources here to kind of counter price action. They do. It's just they're getting rolled over in a breakout pattern, and typically these breakout patterns will pause and retest. And what else is out there? But let's look at the tone of the market. I mean, what is the tone of the market? The tone of the market is slow grind. Slow grind and then bursts of energy. Yeah, so for example, if I'm looking for a short in NQ, what would the market look like in order for that, for me to be interested? And see where we're at right now? We need to break all the way down to 122 and basically destroy all the structure that we see right here. You have to trap everybody that was short or long in these prices. Okay. So right now, what I'm seeing is this grinding higher behavior, and I have two choices. Either take scalps if I feel it's overextended, which I do, uh, or just simply just leave it alone. And if it goes to a million points, I don't care. Just I don't want to play. Okay. Thirdly, if I want to go short, I have to wait for these levels to break in order for me to have a legitimate reason to short. So these are my three options. It's very tempting to look at NASDAQ right now and say, oh, okay, well, we're between target number 4 and target number 5. They typically will fade that behavior here. And let me just get short and start a short right here. It may work, but I rather be more specific and look for a higher value short versus me trying to pick the point in which the market is going to turn, because I don't necessarily know where that is. I don't think anybody else does. All right, good luck, Samuel. I just saw your message. Good luck on that one, man. You may not be far off that turn. Here it comes. Yeah, and kind of to my point earlier, market tends to break out and then retest. We may see some of that coming in here. Yes, Ken, that is a switch trade right there. And however, I mean that's the behavior. However, that does not mean I go short there. There, I need a market that looks different before I use that signal in that direction. But as far as identifying it for what it is, correct. That is a switch trade short. And that's what Ken is talking about. And by the way, Ken is part of the Harmony Trading family now, and he's going to be with us for many months and years to come. So take a moment and say hi to him and welcome him to the family. We're about 8 minutes away from the top of the hour. Here you go, Sam. You got what you're looking for. Yeah, you break 36, then that's where they put that on that captain set up long that started that wave of upward pressure. You break that 36, then you're gonna get yourself a nice little flush into the 32.30 level. So we got to see if that market does that. All right, guys. So it's 11 o'clock, and we are gonna call it a day. And it's gonna look like this for me. Two decisions for 2000. It's a good day, and the winning streak continues. A couple of things. Yanis should stay in the room for us to have our meeting. Ken, send me your blotter so I could see what how your trades flew today, and so I could give you a bit of a feedback. Hopefully, everybody in the room made some money, or a little bit, or a lot, and also on streaming. So, precision is a decision, money loves structure, and we will see you on the next one tomorrow. You guys have a good one.